another surprise that just threw me for a damn loop is we have, I guess, I know it's like a sneaky leak little thing, but we got Neek and Rock actually becoming friends with benefits. I guess is the best way to put it. So that caught me by surprise. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and we're going to get right into it. We are talking about the Season 3 premiere of none other than, drum roll please, Raising Kanan. This was a great opener, great season opener, man. Give you a quick disclaimer. There will be some spoilers in this video. And in addition to that, I do tend to jump around based on characters or events that happen in the episode. I don't go in chronological order of the actual episode. With that being said, this episode was fire. And if the episodes are going to be like this, I can't wait to see what else they have in store. Outside of the original Power, in terms of the spinoffs, I know this is like more of like a prequel to all of the other spinoffs, but this is my favorite one outside of the original Power. I'm sorry. We are a few seasons in when it comes to Power Book Force, Power Book with Tariq, and then now you got this one. BMF is his own thing, so I'm not counting that, of course. Out of those three spinoffs, this is the one. Raising Kanan is the one. I think this is the best one. Anyway, so much to get into, man. Geez. So we got Ronnie, Neek's big brother. We got an introduction to a new character. I couldn't help but laugh because it's like, Neek's wife clearly doesn't like Ronnie, feels like Ronnie is a problem. And so for Ronnie to be a problem, that really has to be saying something, because it's like, man, your husband literally is like a drug kingpin. He was going to war with Rock's crew at some point. He definitely got a couple bodies under his belt. And so for the bigger brother to come home and you like, oh, nah, I know you do your stuff, but your bigger brother can't be here. It makes me wonder what type of deep, dark stuff does Ronnie really get into if she doesn't want Ronnie around. So I'm definitely interested to see what type of wild mess Ronnie gets into. We definitely see he clearly seems kind of disappointed in his younger brother. He's kind of getting the lay of the land now that he's fresh out. He's understanding that apparently Rock is running things. Apparently that wasn't the case when he was out there on the streets before he got locked up. So I don't know, man. I think just early predictions here, Ronnie might be a threat to Neek in some form or fashion. Like maybe now that Ronnie's fresh out, maybe Ronnie wants to take things back over and let Neek play more of a background role. And speaking of Neek, another surprise that just threw me for a damn loop is we have, I guess, I know it's like a sneaky leak little thing, but we got Neek and Rock actually becoming friends with benefits. I guess is the best way to put it. So that caught me by surprise. So we got that going on, and I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that yet. I mean, clearly, yeah, Neek is clearly cheating on his wife. Granted, I understand that Neek saved Rock's life. And this is just me reaching. Let me be clear. I'm reaching. I'm just reaching for straws here. I wonder if that was maybe like some type of, you know what? This is going to be kind of like a obligation smash. You're like, you saved my life. You see I got one arm. I can't cook. You're over here being flirty. Okay, yeah. In terms of, Rock feels like, you know what? You deserve some extra goodness, I guess. I don't know. That's just me reaching once again. And once again, like I said, I warn you, I do jump around a lot. The biggest surprise of this episode clearly has to be Detective Burke wiped clean. First episode in. Like, as the episode was building, I definitely understood that, okay, you kind of saw the writing on the wall a little bit. You got Detective Howard, Rock, and Kanan. They're actually meeting, at Famous's apartment. And so I'm like, okay, They're trying to maybe form like an Avengers, maybe try to get like a fake family going, fake alliance, I guess. And clearly the main topic of discussion was Burke. Like, Kanan was like, look, it doesn't matter that Burke has been suspended from the force. She still knows about us. She still knows about, she still knows too much. And of course, once Detective Howard says, let me worry about it, I already knew what the deal was. But I just thought maybe Detective Burke would be rubbed out later on in the season. Maybe, I don't know, halfway into the season or something. But nope. This is going to be exclamation point. This is how we're ending episode 1. And shoot, man. That was crazy, man. I mean, everything just, I'm not going to say predictable because it definitely caught me by surprise. But in hindsight, it's like the scene was set up. Detective Howard gives Burke a call, whatever time, late at night. They meet in some abandoned, empty-ass street. And then that's when they have this heart-to-heart moment where Detective Howard literally finds out everything that Burke knows about Howard, what Burke knows about Kanan, what Burke knows about Rock. She knows it all. And clearly, once that was the case, Howard wiped her off the map, man. Wiped her off the board. And, I really enjoy the narration that 50 does throughout, at least throughout the episode. And he's even like, like the street game can make you more and more corrupt. Like, who knows if that's how Detective Howard really gets down, if it wasn't for these circumstances. It's like, he definitely seems like he is leaning more and more on the corrupt cop side. I mean, granted, not saying he was the most squeaky clean cop in the first place because he impregnated Rock when she was in high school. But despite that, it's like we don't know how deep and dark his closet went. But now this is just a whole nother thing. He actually kills another cop in order to save his own skin and save Kanan and Rock. So that was crazy. Definitely the biggest explanation for, biggest surprise in this first episode. Outside of that, I really think everything else was just good developments as we see go along. We definitely see Lulu clearly hates Rock. Outside of I think my top two. Let me take a step back. The top two characters I feel sorry for the most. One being Jukebox, and a very, very close second is Lulu. Lulu seems like just a little brother who's been taking orders from Rock, and whenever Lulu doesn't come through, Rock talks down to him like he's nothing. And it's like, it just seems like it seems like Lou found his passion, but because of his obligation to the street life and to this street family thing he got going on, he can't fully embrace what his passion is, which is being a music producer. So the rest of the episode he spent just getting drunk and venting about how much he hates Rock. So much to the point to where we see him and Kanan kind of bond over the dislike that they both have for Rock, which I thought was kind of sad but funny at the same time. In terms of Jukebox, I definitely felt sorry for her in this episode, mainly because she was already, trying to find out who her mom was. She finds out who her mom was, she finds out who her mom is in the second season, trying to develop a relationship with her. And of course, season finale of season 2, she gets gunned down. And now she's, really without a mom this time after she was trying to get to know her. So I felt sorry for that as well. I am excited to see where the rest of this goes. I am curious to see what other type of hoops or hurdles will Detective Howard have to jump in order to cover his behind as well as his family's behind. I want to know what's going, what's the further development with Neek's, friends with benefits situation when it comes to Rock. I need to know how dangerous is Ronnie really. I'm sure we're going to get a few examples throughout this season of how much of a threat Ronnie really is. And I just can't wait. And of course, we're going to see about, all right, what's really going on with this, Italians versus, black people in terms of games. That's something that's still clearly up in the air as well. So I'm loving this season. I can't wait to see where this goes. Let me know what you think. This is just my opinion. Love it or hate it. Peace.